Year 1893, a 12-year-old child in Germany loses his parents forever. Before leaving, his parents leave behind some money for him. But in the future, while traveling, that money is stolen. Even after losing everything, he had one thing left: his unstoppable passion for watches. And through this passion, he created the world's most prestigious watch company. This is the story of Rolex watches. In Germany, 12-year-old Hans Wilsdorf became an orphan after the death of his parents. His future seemed completely uncertain. His relatives sold off his parents' business and sent him to a boarding school. There, he became friends with a boy from Switzerland. This boy told him about the Swiss watchmaking industry. Hans realized his future lay in that industry. So in 1900, at the age of 19, Hans left Germany and went to Switzerland. There, he got a job at a watchmaking firm named Kuno Korten. His role was to test the accuracy of hundreds of pocket watches daily. Through this work, his passion for making precise watches kept growing. In 1903, he moved to London. But on this journey, he suffered a major setback. All 33,000 German gold marks left by his parents were stolen. This was a huge loss for him. But he had no option other than to move forward. In London, he started working in a watchmaking company in sales and marketing. In the next 2 years, he learned a great deal about manufacturing, sales, and most importantly, consumer behavior. He realized that most watchmakers were focused on fancy, decorative designs. But what customers actually wanted were simple, durable, accurate, and elegant watches. To solve this problem, at the age of 24, he decided to start his own watch company. But he didn't have enough capital, so he partnered with his brother-in-law instead of seeking investment. And in 1905, they founded Wilsdorf and Davis. Their first product targeted travelers. He realized travelers needed to keep track of time to catch trains or buses. So he designed a smaller-than-usual pocket watch for easy portability. He packed it in a high-quality leather pouch to make it look premium and durable. He named it the Portfolio Pocket Watch. And it was a decent success. Even though he started with pocket watches, Hans had a different vision. He believed wristwatches would soon replace pocket watches entirely. So he shifted his focus to making world-class wristwatches. But there was a problem. People weren't ready to accept wristwatches. At the time, wristwatches were seen as feminine, but Hans wanted to change this perception. In 1906, he noticed that men and women in Britain loved wearing bracelets, and that's where he saw a big opportunity. He introduced gold and silver wristwatches that looked like bracelets. Instead of calling them wristwatches, he marketed them as bracelet watches. Thanks to this branding, the watches became popular across Britain. At the time, most watches had only the maker's name on them. But Hans wanted his watches to have their own unique brand, a name that would fit neatly on the watch face and be easy to pronounce in